Hey dude, we're back playing Oxygen Not Included. Now, I want to do a little bit of a recap. So, here we are at the start. Everything is wonderful. We got Duggar, Boulder, and Researcher. And let's have a little look at their properties, skills. See, these are all, there's only 6 of them in total, so this will be quick. Don't worry about it. But they're all, they've all got diver's lungs. So, moral stamina. Where does it say? New hope, -10. There you go. So, squeamish, diver's lungs, and ugly crier. That is Duggar. Let's have a look at Boulder. Bio. Wasn't it? No, his skills. Pacifist, diver's lungs, and ugly crier. And then there's Researcher. Gastrophobia, diver's lungs, and binge eater. So that's what I started off with. Just a regular level. Now, let's skip ahead to number 2 here. This one. There we go. We're at cycle 17 now. We've got our beds up. Got some power station here, a little bit of research. Starting to dig out some stuff. Getting a good sized room here. Toilet and water. You'll probably recognize this if you've watched the previous videos. So we're getting the lay of the land. And we've discovered the cold steam vent, which is our lifesaver. That is what has kept us going through all of this. Well, there is a geisha down here which will give us some power and relieve us a little bit, but we haven't gotten to that yet. Now, duplicate wise, we got a Schiff. There we go. Now, he is Tryphobia, diver's lungs, and vomiter. Tryphobia is cannot dig. Okay. Got a little bit of things here, guys. You gotta have a look at that. You gotta go poopy? Well, you do that. How are we on oxygen here? I haven't set that up yet. Well, it's getting pretty dense in there. I think we're running out of oxalite. Right, we got the compost research and everything. Let's skip ahead. Number 3. Load. Cycle 27. And we've got our farm up, as well as the oxygen diffuser. We've got some batteries hooked up and a lot of storage. I think mainly now we're cleaning up the place. that's the agenda. This, started digging it out. I haven't gotten all the way yet. And we've started to take advantage of this, or we're planning to. So we're going to set up this. Got a little mess table here, micro musher. It's coming along. It's going to be a long time until we get the water down here, though, but it'll work out in the end. Gotta think long term, you know? We got jobs and everything, so that is probably set up properly. Let's see here. Duggar, boulder researcher, chief operator. Let's see, you're squeamish, so you can't care. You got diver's lungs. And you're an ugly crier. Handy. What do you do? Trypophobia. You cannot dig. That's handy, okay. Diver's lungs and caregiver. And you're a vomiter. Alright, so we got two people that can't dig. Or was it one can't dig and one can't build? Let's see here. Nope, two people can't dig. Shift and handy. These two guys. So we got boulder, duggar, researcher, and operator that can dig. Alright. Let's move ahead. Let's see here. Number 4. There you go. Load that. Cycle 50. No medbed built. Yeah, we're carving through here. It's getting pretty toasty by now, isn't it? It's heating up. Started digging out a little bit of this. We haven't discovered the gas yet, but we're getting onto the Wheezeworth. We got a little thimble reed here. We're going to start harvesting that one. Just leave it there and harvest it. Other than that, let's see here. No. Well, we've dug out this. That's coming along nicely. Got some water down here. That'll hold us for a while. Getting a bottle emptier. More toilets. Yeah, things are progressing. And that is all the operators, yeah. Kind of tight with air in there. Suffocating. Yeah. Let's see, organic wise, we got 8 tons. That'll hold us for a while. Getting some doors in, get a little bit of a decoration here going. We got the big machine. We got some food stuff and a med bay. Alright. Let's move on. Let's see here. Load. 5, isn't it? Load. 5. Cycle 60. We're starting to pick up the Wheezeworth. That's what we're going for. And we're digging out this. Still haven't opened this. We're just preparing for now. Wheezeworth and some template shifts. Temp shift plate. gonna try that out. That's not really gonna work out, is it? Nah. But, you know, we live and we learn. We've got a carbon skimmer right here. Water seems to be set up. We got a machine over there in the corner. Metal refinery. It's pretty early to be doing that. Got lights in here now. Not fully operational though. And mostly we're digging right about now. Got a little room here. Yeah. Recreation room. Oxygen wise, we're fine. And that is yeah. So, a little bit of lights and a little bit of digging. Gonna need a ladder for that, guys. Not too tasty. Alright. Let's move on to number 6 here. And there we go. Cycle 73. And we've cracked this open. So that is starting to pour in. This is fully open now. We're digging through here to get to this uproot errand. Well, that's gonna change, isn't it? I'm not gonna uproot that. Let's see, we got in the Weesworth, so that should be here somewhere. Huh? Not yet. There's one. Temp shift plate. So this is sedimentary rock. Let's see here. Sedimentary rock. It's not an option. It's a bit weird. Okay, we got one over here. Temperature wise, it's okay. Haven't started heating up the place properly yet. Got one over here too. Alright. Everything seems to be running smoothly. It's just a matter of waiting to get the water down. Yeah, I've started a little something here. Got some doors in. Chlorine. We got too much of that. So we need to get rid of that. It's gonna take some time though. Let's move on here. 7. Load. Cycle 101. We've started pumping in oxygen. Let's see, the water has trickled down here. Water levels are going down, but we are starting to pump. Probably got some chiseling doing here. Yeah, you work at that. Job's mastered. You make it nice in there. Good boy. Got a little setup here for this one. Hey, we got toilets. Sweet. So at this point we could have taken this out, but we never will. Mainly it's artworks. Yeah. Got another wheeze worth up here. So I'm guessing the temperatures are rising. Yeah. But we got a good setup here that is filtering out. We just got one filter now. We got two of these. Got a little hydrogen pump here to help out. Carbon skimmer, water sieve. Now, plumbing wise, we are pumping it. We're pumping it back here, yeah. Closed off this, okay. So that is up and running. So the germs will go back in here, they'll filter through here, get heated up to about 100 degrees and die off. So that cleans the water. And then it trickles down. We still got a little bit of germs in here. You know. Okay, we found the natural gas. So I guess the next step is to work on that, but we gotta get in there first. That's gonna take some time. Got more Wheezeworths coming. That is all the Wheezeworths we're gonna get out of this one. So, let's see here. Yeah, there's some germs in here, so that's closed off. For safety reasons. Let's see, temperature, power. Right now, everything is hooked up to this. We got one power set up here, running this. One here, and one for the base. So, there's a lot of treading going on. Hey, Thimbleweed. Nice, nice. So it's coming along. I never noticed that before. That's kind of a cool one. I wonder though, that might have something to do with the update that just came out. Yeah, I think so. So once you load the game, things are bound to change a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. Let's move on to number 8. Let's see here. 8. Cycle 150. This is taking a little bit of damage. We're putting up some locks here. Scalding. Got some hydrogen up here. Okay. And we've still got regular tiles in here. Got a little bit of insulated tiles over here. That's nice. Water has started to trickle. Okay. It's gonna be a little bit more time before we get it flowing in here, but we're pretty close. Alright, so a pinch of pepper nut. Alright. That has changed now. So I must have redone them. Yeah, getting all the artsy-fartsy stuff. Alright, we got textile loom, exosuit forge, kiln, got some paintings, so the thimble reed is growing. changed up a little bit of tiles here. Let's look at the power relay here. Seems to be the same as it was. Yeah. Okay. We got a glass furnace forge. Okay, our base is almost completed. Very nice. There's a neutronium deposit right here. I'm gonna dig into that later on. But everything seems to be running pretty smoothly. I'm gonna have some temperature problems here for the next 500 cycles, but we'll get through it. This is gonna heat up the place something fierce. Anything else water-wise? Got irrigation for the plants. Oh yeah. This is a bit of a concern. Setting this up, this is gonna get too hot. Right, we're gonna have to move these eventually because of the heat. But yeah. Alright, let's move on from cycle 150 on to number 8, 9. Wait, how does this work? See, that's the recent one we loaded. Alright. Let's see here. 9. Load. 181 cycles. We're planning ahead. Making a little airlock here so that we can get into there and lock it off if we need to, because we still don't know what's in there. Set up a little power relay here to power the exosuits. Goodie. Let's see. Yeah, we got oxygen coming in there, so that is set up. Yeah, we got an exosuit here as well. So the setup is good. We got some more power needed here, apparently. So, not much is going to change here. These have been moved. Yeah. Called it, huh? Let's see here. These have been moved around a little bit. So, temperature-wise, just going to keep it at bay for now. But this is filling up, and that is heating up the place. So that's why we had to move these. Temple raid. I always save right before the night, don't I? Okay, we got these up. Temp shift plates. Igneous rock. Can we have a little look at that now? Igneous rock, slow heating. That is the right one, isn't it? Got insulated this a little bit. Got a week's worth in here now, because this keeps breaking. One's not gonna cut it though. You're gonna have to put in 3 of those if you're actually gonna. But we're gonna put in 2 eventually. Let's see here. We've dug into this and got some more resource. Well, Still digging. Got all the plans up. Yeah. So we're closing in on this. We haven't gotten there yet. And there should be a lot of germs around here, which is why we're not digging through here and, you know, the water thing. Don't want to break this just to have a shortcut down here. So we're going to go around. Now, it is possible to go straight through here. I'm going to release these though. Let's see, we could make a fire pole down here, couldn't we? Would have been a bit easier. Yeah. But everything else is pretty much the same. We just need to get this up now. Alright, well, let's move on. 10. Right, cycle 217. We still only have the 6 duplicates. That's all we're ever gonna need. Now, there seems to be a lot more here. Probably put some more decorations in. Yeah, we got some glass here in the mess hall. That's nice. Is there anything else? Water-wise. Well, we had to break through down there to get the water in. Don't have enough of that just yet. So, you know, speed it up a little bit just to have it working. We need the water to make the oxygen. That's essential. Alright, we're starting to plan out here. Dig it out before we dig into it. It's always a good way to go about it. Because once you open out these, it's going to get real hot in there. But, of course, in this case, not so much. Which, if you've seen the previous videos, you know. If you haven't, well, you'll find out soon enough. Got some more Wheezeworths up in here. So basically rearranging, trying to get everything running smoothly. Trying to keep the temperatures at bay. Which is a hard thing to do. But, let's see, we're going to fill up here most of the time. And that is going to be too hot. So, if you're going to do like this, if you're going to use that water, you should really have like a whole screen before you start building anything else, because it's going to get real hot. So you need clearance or clearing. Let's see what you doing. You're not doing anything. Okay, we got some airlocks. We've uncovered these. Awaiting hydrogen. So that's one way of getting rid of the hydrogen, if you want to do that. dug down here and we've started planning for the gas. This is chlorine gas, but this is natural gas. So I'm going to set up a little airlock here, which is going to be very nice. We're going to shove too many batteries in there, but you know, that's the way it goes. And once we get that up and running, we'll have some problems getting all the wires in and wiring it all correctly. Figuring out which wires go where. It's always a bit of a problem. But we'll figure it out in the end. Alright. Let's move on up. Let's see. Load. 11. Okay, cycle 250. We got a coffee maker, espresso machine. That's nice for the little duplicants. That'll bring the atmosphere up, right? Which is pretty good all around. This guy's got a little painting. Let's keep him cozy. Yeah. Everybody seems to be doing fine. Well, let's see here. Natural gas generator. That is on its way. So that's going to be placed there. That's going to give us a little bit more water. Speaking of water, how's the plumbing? It's not really set up yet, but it's just a matter of hooking it up to this. It is a bit messy, this plumbing, I know, but it works. Let's see, water-wise. Okay, we've still got a gap here, so struggling a little bit with that. Temperatures are rising. Yeah, that's going to kill off the crop somewhat. So food is going to be a little bit of a problem right about now. Let's see, we still haven't started digging here, so we've had plenty of other things we need to do. We've got some pinch of pepper up in here. Probably we're working on that. Okay, we got a new system here for more pinch of peppers. Probably still working on the electrical. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a new setup here. This is hooked up to the natural gas now, which means this is out of commission at the moment. No, it's hooked up to this. Okay. So that's going to strain it a little bit, and we're going to have to work harder on that. Until all these wires are hooked up. Got some more lights in here. Okay, so comfort levels are going up. We got pipes coming in and out. This is, well, we're gonna hook up that too, okay? And this one. There's no real reason for that. Just wanted to test it out. So we've dug out this much. We set it all up. Now we just need to fire it up. Dig through here and get it going. Yeah. Water is pouring in. Everything is wonderful. He's getting a massage. Stress is at 81. Hard working. We have, you got a sore back or something? Moderate wounds. Alright, that's probably from the heat here. Let's have a look at the next one. 12. Let's see, cycle 259, so it's just 9 cycles later, really. Not much would have changed. We've opened up this, though. So we got natural gas flowing in here. Alright. So we got 6 batteries in here. It's a lot of runoff. But it'll keep this circuit going for a while. If for some reason we run out of natural gas. That's a little bit of a safety in that. Let's see here. This still isn't hooked up now. Okay, we've got a little bit of water here. Who pissed the floor? And we're working on this. Alright. Let's move up here. 12. This is also at 259, which makes me think that we've run into a couple of problems here. We needed to save a lot, redo some stuff. It is probably... Let's see, oxygen should be good, so that couldn't be it. There's probably some problems with this. Somebody made a mess. And stress. Okay. So this is a big thing to get going. That's gonna give us some problems. Alright, let's look at the next one. Hmm, 13. Either that or I just loaded the same thing over. Space. Cycle 300. And we're breaching space here. Alright, get some more Wheezeworths. Have a look at this. Yeah, got some Wheezeworths in there. Alright, we've uncovered this cool slush geyser. So that's going to give us some cold water, which is very handy. Plants have died. Alright. So 300, that's 40 cycles later. This is up and running. Well, it's broken. That's probably heat. Or no, that's exhaust. Because we hooked this up to these things. Okay. Gonna have some back and forth with this. Trying to figure out what goes where. So we put a switch in there to prevent that, but that doesn't really work. What we need is a transformer. Don't have that researched yet. Water. Okay, we've sealed up this, so we're hoping to get enough water in here. Did we? No, we didn't make a pump yet. Let's see, power. This is broken, so we've hooked up certain things. These were probably connected at some point. This is 480, so can't really have that on this one, on this line. So that's a lot of math going around here. This is broken again, or still. Other than that, well, we got a switch here now. So this is out of power. So that's a little bit of a problem. We need to fire that up, hook it onto something, which is probably why we hooked it up here, to get this, so we can start it up. I was real lucky with the balancing of this. I put in some switches and stuff like that, but it turns out I really didn't need them because there's a lot of natural gas coming out. So this can run constantly, as long as we just keep it to one generator. I wanted to check out the jukebox, yeah. So we built that. Never got it working though, because that's a lot of power. It's 1,000 power, 1,000 watts, I think. Oxygen is good. Temperature, it's heating up. This whole section here is heated up. And this is gonna get some heat in this. Yeah. Alright, we started digging down here too. Doing a little bit of exploring, I guess. And this is... why did we do this? Probably to get the animals. Right, let's have a look. 14. 331 cycles. Alright. We've breached space. Now what I don't know at this point is that this needs sunlight. And I forgot that we could just check that right here. There's light. But there's no light in here. I thought maybe light would come in through here because that is open space, but nah, that's not how it works. So this is pretty pointless. But, you know, we get to try it, we live and we learn. Haven't done it before. So I want to set up a little base here, move the duplicants here so we can work in outer space, but you know, that's not going to work out. That's just basically going to be left like it is. This is filling up. Very nice. Still haven't got the pump in there though. Let's see, we're digging down. Digging way down, and there's another cool steam vent. So if we need more water, we got tons. And that is the beginning of a new plan. At cycle 330. Because we pretty much set up this base and it's working. We got 2 Weesworths in here and Weesworths all over the place really. Got water coming in. Power hooked up. Everything's dandy. This is hooked up to this now. Okay. It's gonna strain it way too much. Gonna have to change that. Trying some templates here, but these don't really work out. Polymer press. Okay, so we're looking for oil. And we found oil too. Yeah, we're not going to use it though. That's another thing we have to figure out how it works. And I still haven't gotten to that. Maybe we'll start to have a look at that soon. Maybe. Give it 500 more cycles after the last save. Alright, we've dig into this, and we're filling up. We've got a big tank here for the natural gas. So this is feeding off enough natural gases, and we got a big enough area here, so this is going to keep running forever. All our power worries are done. So these are going to be less stressed, and they have to run less. Hydrogen, that's helping out a little bit. Crops are still too hot. So we've started cropping up here. Because now we're 7,000 calories. Yeah. It's getting hot. But we got this. It's a little lifesaver right there. Got some medical stuff too. Just in case. Right, let's hop. 15. $380 cycles. We started a little farm here for sleet wheat. And, well, that is not really gonna work out because the pipes are freezing. So, if we're gonna get this to work, we need to heat up the water and get insulated pipes. But we're not gonna be too concerned about that. We're already taking it down. Because, you know, it didn't work out. This is coming along. Got some food up here. We got this base set up, ready to go. It's just a shame we never get to use it. So that's a bit of a waste there, waste of time. But, you know, we want to try new things. That's not going anywhere. Alright, we're changing up some tiles here. Starting to realize that this really isn't working out. Got some sleet wheats in here, so that's cooling off the place a little bit. We're containing the heat. Yeah, sleet wheat's all over the place. Wait, sleet wheat? Wheatsworth. That's what it's called. In here too, and here and here and everywhere. We're just littered with it. Gas is still going nicely. We've dug into here now to relieve some pressure and get the chlorine away from the pump. I wonder though, this is up and running, because why not? I wonder though, let's see, ventilation. Yep. Ventilation is up. So that's filling up. These are insulated pipes. Should have used those down here too. Now if we want, we can export all the excess gases into space, but we haven't done that yet. Probably because there's no need. Yeah. Power is, let's see, we got one circuit coming here that is still hooked up to this one. Okay, that's still broken, but we rerouted it because nobody wanted to fix that for some reason. Alright, let's move on. 16. That's new. Cycle 451. So, yes. Now we're digging out this place. 450. So that's 70 cycles later. We have a setup. We're digging and digging and digging. Where's the exosuits? We got the pump up and running to get the cold slush down. Expanding this a little bit. And we've made plans to dig out everything on this side, all the way down. All this has to go. At 450 cycles. It's going to be another 600 cycles before we get anywhere. Well, at least 400 before this is done. Because we only have 6 duplicates working. There's a lot of germs in here. That's causing some trouble. But I figure once we open this up, get everything away, that is going to just blow into space. Which it will. But all this rock, it should settle down here. And we can pick it up later. I'm not sure it has. I think we lost a lot of it during the process. Let's see here. This is cold, so that's coming up from up here. That is closed now. Yeah, gas. So we're just pumping the carbon from this into here, which is a little bit of a mistake. We should blow it into space. But we're not going to fix that for 600 cycles yet, so it's not a big deal, but it is a bit of a waste. Suffocating. Alright. Just getting a massage. Got thimbleweed growing. Okay, nothing's gonna change up here. And this is pretty much done. We're just gonna leave it. It's gonna keep running on its own. This is freezing over again though. So we're gonna have to dig that out again. And this isn't set up. That's fine. Well, so there's not going to be much changes. It's just digging from here on in. So let's load the next one. Load. 17 is what we're at now, right? 500 cycles. We started a little farm over here. because we got this cool area here, which we're now running the pipes through. Well, not yet. No. But next time, maybe. Right now, we're just picking it up here, and we're gonna realize that we needed to cool it off a bit. Yeah. Let's see temperature. So this is gonna heat up this area too much. We're not gonna get it running. Got some placebo right there. It's nice. Yeah, we got some better batteries in here now. Upgrading a little bit. Got a hand sanitizer. Moving around the power relays and whatnot, probably. Yeah, got a single cord coming down here. And this is on its own circuit, as well as this. So it's starting to look a little bit cleaner. This is hooked up to this and this now. That's gonna change. Gonna hook it up to this one. Water-wise, we are trickling over. We are dandy. So the water is in play. Yeah, everything is wonderful. Nothing. Let's see how far we've come here. Not too far, but it's only been about 40 cycles or so. So we're gonna hit a cold area here. Started thinking about a little bit of storage, but this is buried. Now, let's check the next one. It's mostly gonna be digging here. 18. Let's see here, 600 cycles. We've started to move the kitchen over here. And it's no longer over here. The pipes are now running through here, which is cooling down this and making it very nice for the plants. This is all insulated. We started to set up this with template shifts and everything. It's not really gonna work out, but well, you live and you learn. Hopefully the next one will be better. Still have to see. Everything is operational. These are growing at a steady, slow rate. But at least we're getting them. Nothing new down here. We've dug out this now. Dug out that. And got it all set up. It's ready to be pumped out, utilized. But it's not gonna happen. And this 1500 Celsius, that's enough to boil water. 1600. Yeah, we can totally make steam with that. Nice. Very nice. If we find a volcano, that'll probably be... Well, wouldn't do... Yeah, well, you know. If we find a volcano, close that in. It's 1600. That might melt the stuff, the surroundings though, the tiles. Bunker tiles, that's probably what we need. Let's see how much this can heat up. Yeah, but I don't think any of these tiles is gonna hold it. Probably you need to use obsidian or something. So maybe we'll get to work on that later on. Find some volcano, close it in, put a steam vent, and then a pipe for this. Well, the steam will have to cycle through there, but the volcano's going to build up pressure, and then it's going to stop working. So we need to get the pressure out of there, and we need to throw that into space, basically. That's going to heat up a lot of the area. So we would be better off using this area for that, away from the new base. That is rigged up. Never gonna get used though. Water filling up. Not a problem at all. Right, done a lot of digging here. Water. This is melted ice. So the ice region is gone. We're digging into here now. There's another one. What is that? That is a carbon geyser. Yeah, so that's going to be handy for oil production. Later on. Haven't gotten that far yet. And we're going to reach into space and discover what that is all about. Where's the light one? There it is. 78,000 lumens. Lux. That's enough to run the solar panels. But we can't get it in there, because this whole solar panel is a big friggin' setup. Let's move on. Let's see, we're on 19 now. Closing in. 700 cycles. We've enclosed the carbon one. Everything is dug out, I think. So that is 700 cycles, and we got a great big space here to utilize. And this is just building up for now. So the pressure in here is 10 kilos. That's a lot. Now, we should have a bunch of stuff here. Right, all these. I don't think everything is accounted for, though. I think some of it disappeared somewhere along the line. Raw mineral, we got 2,000 tons of that. Fossil. Alright, that is just oil. So we got 1,000 of what we've actually dug out. That doesn't make much sense to me. You'd think there would be more. Done a little bit of digging here, just to relieve the water. And this is flowing. We've isolated some stuff, and temperature-wise, we're holding. But this is all hot, and this is okay. We made some air improvements here to get the carbon skimming over here. this. Somebody needs to dig this out. Let's have a look at the wires. It is the same setup as it was. Pipes flowing nicely. Not a problem. This requires dirty water, so. I've figured out that one carbon skimmer is enough to supply one of these plus. So if you have 3 of these running into one carbon skimmer, that is sustainable. The first one's going to grow the most, pretty much constantly, and then the next one is going to be a little less, and this one a little less. So you're going to get a little bit out of that, but not much. But it's a great way of getting rid of the carbon. Not the carbon, the polluted water. So, you know, if you hook up the showers too, then you can place a lot more on them. These are, well, they're not running constantly. They need light. And that is not constant. Made a little bit of decorations. Got deodorizers. I'm gonna end up with a ton of those. Okay, we've pumped out a little bit of cold down here. That should regulate it a little bit. Otherwise, we've got a little compost here. This is done. It's not good enough though. If this gets bombarded, it's gonna crack through it, so it's pretty pointless. But we've started the base. There's another one over here. Still don't know what that is. Yeah, so we had to build this, otherwise we would be constantly bombarded. And this is isolated, so temperatures are holding. It's gonna get real cold in there though. Germs, okay, no germs. So we're gonna have a little setup here, which we're gonna take down eventually. Got a farm here, a little farm here, kitchen. Yeah, this isn't built yet, but these are going to be rooms because these have farm stations in them. So that is cycle 720. Gonna have a water tank up there. Lockers are gonna come in here. And we're prepping this to dig down into the oil and magma and all that. And germ-wise, we're, well, don't know how to deal with those just yet. Check out the next one. It's 20. 760 cycles. I tried putting some nymphs in here to illuminate these, but they keep dying for some reason. It's probably something with the temperature. Because I got a feeder in here and everything, and well, it didn't work out. But if you get it to work out, then you can use nymphs to power these. That'll give you some power. Not much though, it's enough to run some lights. That's basically it. But it is a little bit of a relief, which is nice. And we started the setup here. This will be the bedroom. Then the mess hall over here, a little bit of a med bay. That's it. We've got some more lockers coming in here. And we're gonna build tanks for the water, which is gonna be problematic, but we'll get through it. Got a little carbon skimmer set up there now. This is filling up. It's going to be another 300 cycles before we have to shut it off. But yeah, the base is just running, you know. As long as I got water flowing in here, everything is dandy. That makes oxygen, and it makes hydrogen. So a little bit of power in this. Not much though. It's enough to run a couple of light bulbs. But this is constantly going, so that is a great relief. Natural gas. Turns out it can only sustain one. This little geisha here can only sustain one of these. But it is 800 watts, so it's very nice. And this is enough to sustain this one and the carbon skimmer, so. Yeah, get a cool steam vent and a natural gas one, and you are set for life. Well, it all depends on how many duplicates you have, but, you know, 6 with diver's lungs. You can probably do it without the diver's lungs. With 6 duplicates, yeah. That should be enough for that. Unless you got big breathers. What's that called? Don't know. Anyway, we've dug out a little here to get some gold. Yeah. This is up and running. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Setting up a little exosuit station here. Let's load the next one. 21. 800 cycles. We've got our little farm. We're starting to close off this and make it into a base. We still don't have all the resources we need to complete it. But, you know, we'll get there in time. And we got a little setup here with the plumbing, and this is going to be our filth tank. This, I don't know what we're going to use this, if we're just going to leave it, the water there. Not sure about that yet. I think I have released the terms. No. We're good, we're good. Okay. And yeah, we're getting the cooling of the pipes in here. So that's hopefully gonna do what it needs to do. Hopefully gonna work. We'll see about that. How long it'll last. But yeah, that we're pretty much just moving in here now. Working on that. Right, Boulder? Boulder is pretty much doing all the work around here. We got Boulder and we got Duggar. So they're busy, busy, busy. Getting it all set up nice and cozy. I think the reason, no, this is filling up even more. We're not going to be closing it until it hits the floor here. So everything as there's no changes around here. Just keeps going and going. You can leave this thing overnight. Perfectly fine. Nobody's gonna die. Yeah. Setting up a natural gas generator here with a carbon skimmer. Thing is though, we're gonna pour some water in here and that's gonna flood it, so we're gonna have to move it over here. But that is for the next load. 22. 900 cycles. And as you can see, we are getting this base finalized. Getting it nice and up and running. It's slow going though because there's a lot of travel time. But let's see here, temperatures. Well, we're still holding, but it's getting hotter and hotter in here. So at some point this is gonna croak. So stuff's getting done. This is up and running now. And running 2 of those on this amount is gonna drain this. So we're gonna have to reduce this, put up a valve on this, and reduce. So we can only do one at a time. Okay, started pumping. So that is going up there. And we're making oxygen and hydrogen in here. And we're filtering water. Putting it into pipes, cooling it off down here. And we're gonna get some frost damage on these pipes, which is fine for now. But it's gonna take some regulating. Gonna have to figure out how many of these NeXuS we're gonna have to put in there. It's probably gonna have to change as this gets more and more into play. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Getting all the pipes in. Getting a bit of electricity. Yeah, we're not completely done here yet. It's going to be another 100 cycles before this is up and running. We tried setting up some solar panels here because, well, didn't know better. Where's the lighting? There's the light. Yep. So, if you're going to use solar panels, well, you're going to have to set up a whole shebang here of getting rid of all of this, and bunker doors and all kinds of stuff. It's just way too complicated to start up with now. Maybe in the future. Maybe. We needed some more resources, so we've dug out a little bit of here, gotten some more NeXuS out of here. And, yeah, done a little digging down here. Just to keep us going. Which is weird. Because we just dug out this entire section, you know. We should have enough resources. But we need to find more because we're running out of stuff. And the counter on this is all wonky. Sometimes it says zeros, sometimes it's... So it's too much math for it to handle. So that kind of ruins the gameplay a little bit. But, oh, we're holding on. Let's see here. 23. Right, 922, so it's not that much, but we've set this up. We've improved it a little bit and done some work on that. So we got a wheel here that powers this a little bit, and yeah, we started using these power transformers, and that's a very nice thing, because you can run the power off of this, and when it hits 1,000 you need a power transformer, and then hook it up to another setup, and then it won't get overloaded. So that is running the oxygen generation there, as well as this pump, which is a part of it. These are now flooded because I opened up this a little bit too much. So I'm gonna have to get that water out of there. Which means, moving all of these, we're gonna place that up here. Got a new carbon skimmer here, so I'm gonna get rid of this. And cleaning up our mess a little bit, you know. And yeah, this is still filling up. Still got that. Let's see here. We may have released other germs. Yeah, we're infected. So we need oxygen to get these guys killed. And we're working on it, but we're gonna run out of natural gas, so it's gonna be a slow process. So we need a lot of carbon skimmers to clean up this area, and we'll get right on that on the next save. Pumping pipes, okay. We're starting to set that up. For some reason this doesn't work if you hook this thing up to there. So we gotta make a separate line for the output of this. Just draw it straight down here into the outer wall, and all the way down here into the relief. So I think the only cause would be gravity, I think. Because it's a little bit weird getting all that piping to work properly. Because if you hook up things to the existing pipes, it's just going to mess with it. So if you do that, make sure that it's still flowing. Because it seems logical that it would work, but it isn't always. So we're going to have some reeds in here, which are going to be very nice. Because reeds is what we need for carpet tiles and exosuits and all kinds of stuff. So that's going to be up and running pretty shortly. We're running out of resources now. We need to refine more glass and well, some other stuff. So we're going to have to work on that, and that's going to take some time. Yeah. And this isn't really working with 3 of these. It's just way too hot. But once this fills up, we'll close this off, and that'll cool it down a little bit. You know? So, we're not going to implode. Or anything like that. Gas is filling up here. Okay. Alright. Let's move on to the next one. 24. Cycle 1026. Yeah, we got a base. This is still flooded, and we're working on that. But, if I recall correctly... Nope, we still have gas. Let's see here, ventilation. Thermal tolerance overlay. Never used this. Body heat loss. Okay. Let's just let it load. It's another day. There we go, gases. So, oxygen, we got that hooked up and we're pumping it in, as well as producing it over here. I haven't seen any collisions with hooking both of these up together, so I'm guessing it's fine. We got our farm. It's a little bit too hot now though because of the polluted air and whatnot. I'm gonna have to look into that. Everything here is dug and sorted. And everything is built. This is ready to go. And we need materials to finalize this. So. Still working on that. Water-wise, we're filling up. And we made a little... because the dirty water is going to come down here, and then hopefully it'll get fried passing through this. Cleansed. Kill off the germs, which we don't have many of right now, but this will accumulate germs, so we need to do that. Maybe we should run it across over here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah. We've taken some cold damage here. Yeah. Because this is freezing. We made some spilling here. Well, this is overflowing a bit because we put some ice in there. So. You're gonna make mistakes. We've isolated this all the way up here. And we're gonna make a roof on top of here. Close that off right there. So the carbon should be able to flow down, 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 uninterrupted. And once we hit the oil and the creatures down here, they should be fully fed with carbon. So that is gonna be sweet. Feed them, get more oil, get a polymer press and petroleum, and that'll give us more power. And that will be sweet. Which means we can relieve the gas one. We can run one on gas and one on petroleum, and we'll be just all kinds of wonderful. Well, let's see about the steam thing. Let's see here. Petroleum generator, metal and plastic. It's gonna make a buttload of carbon. Polluted water, okay. You need water. Doesn't say how much though. Heat, okay. Overheat temperature 75. Jeez. That's not a lot. So, power, 2 kilowatts. Sweet. So, hopefully, we'll get that. The steam one, how much power is that? That's 2, okay. Okay. We'll see what we do. Yeah, pretty much the same. Nothing new. Got a picture in here. This is kind of filling up though, because this is melting, so we're gonna have to deal with that at some point. We'll probably pour it into here. Probably. We'll see. It's an option. Make a mesh tile here and that should just trickle down through. So it's not a big worry. I haven't really explored any of these rooms. No, I haven't. Don't see the point of it. Not too concerned about it. Thimble reeds. These are not grown constantly. You're jogging up a storm here. Well, that is pretty much it. Let's move on to our present date, which should be... let's see here... 25, where are you? There we go. About 50 cycles later. There we go, cycle 1073. We are out of natural gas. So that's going to fire up in 4 cycles. Yeah. This is slowly filling up. Maybe we should deconstruct that, like I said we would. That might be a bad idea, though. Because if I do that, there's going to be a hole there, which means this can just go, and then it's going to start filling up and overflowing. Because we've closed this off now. Yes, we have. Because we are full on water. So, we're going to drain this all the way down here, give or take. That's probably going to take about 200 cycles. Yeah, more or less. That's going to give this a chance to cool off a little bit, though, which is needed. Let's have a look here. Yes, this is at 70 degrees. That is pushing it. Stuff's going to take damage at that temperature. But yeah, if we pour some of this down here now, maybe we should do that. We can probably sustain ourselves just by pouring this in. Turn that on. So that's going to give power to this pump, and that's going to pump in when it has power. And that is run on this one and that one. So that's going to be coming and going. There we go. And that goes into there. It's gonna cool it all off. And that's gonna give us polluted water, and that's gonna feed the plants. So we're gonna get that running again. $65, 70 degrees. This is pumping in 60-degree water. It's way too hot. Yeah. But it'll give everything a chance to cool off. We've got enough Weesworths here, and so shouldn't take long, really. He's cooking up a storm. Let's see here. Window tiles. Nope, haven't produced any of that. We need window tiles and carpet tiles. I don't know why the artist isn't doing anything. That's probably because of the priority. You shouldn't be too stressed though. You're doing some dirty work. That's fine. Which priority is this? I can set this down to 5. Because we really don't need these all the time. Because we're not using this base, we don't need to be running back and forth all the time. When you got the time, you can do it. So, we got thimble reeds. Irrigation. Yep. So we got some Weesworths in here, and I've restrained the use of water because I want to build up a little bit. Yeah, that is pretty backtracked all the way. So this is going to fill up, but not too hastily. It's going to give it some time to cool off. Not that it needs to, but let's see, piping here. So we couldn't hook this up to this one without any problems. So we're putting it down here. All the way down there. And this is gas, and we've restricted that to 20 grams. It'll give us a little bit of power, so we'll produce a little bit of oxygen. And this will give us dirty water, because we're not currently using the toilets or anything like that. So that's enough for the plants. Temperature wise, we're freezing. Yes, indeed. But I've made a little mesh tile here and an airflow tile here, so that should relieve pressure down here. And that should fire this thing up, which is going to heat up the place a little bit. Probably have to take down these Weesworths and, you know. Until this is fully operational, we're going to have to micromanage it a little bit. This is open, so that can flow in whenever it wants. We've got a mesh tile here. So it should run straight through here, get heated up, and then move on. So we should get rid of any germs in there. This should also heat up this tank a little bit. This is 20 degrees, yeah. This is 27, 14, 9. Yeah, this is just going to stay there, I think. I like the look of it. And it's going to give a buffering to this entire section, which I think is needed. This is all insulated though, so this is probably going to stay very cool for a long time. I should start digging down. We got the carbon here, we got a little shaft here we can crawl in and out of. So, all in all, we are set. We still have germs in here though. But it's going down. 20,000 on average, 15, yeah. So we got deodorizers. One there. Got one up here. So in time, we'll get rid of them. This just needs to be opened up here, and the carbon will start to flow. But I'm not going to do that until I get to the oil. What are we pumping into space now? We're pumping something. That is our space vent. And it should be carbon from the natural gas, yes. That goes into there, and this one goes into there. This has two ways though, so that is pumping carbon into this one to make these grow. Maybe we don't need it, huh? We got the whole pepper set up there, so we could cut this off. This needs something like that. Boom, 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 boom. Pinch of pepper knot, and you need just air pressure. Why am I pumping carbon in here? What did I do about the electricity here? That is hooked up to this, yes. This. So this little circuit right here is going to feed this a little bit, and that's going to cause the other circuit to get a little bit of power, just enough to run a couple of these things. But it's not enough to running constantly. We're going to be producing, because that's in this circuit. And we're going to be pumping out of there, which is in that circuit. That is mostly hydrogen though. So this is going to build up pressure, and we're going to pump out some air, but not a lot. Not a lot at all, as long as we don't have the natural gas. But this will fire up in 1.2 cycles, so yeah, well, we'll tough it out. Yeah, I did run out of oxygen in here, so I had to put up the oxygen diffuser for a little bit. Seems we might have to do it again. That is an 8 priority, so let's move this up to 25. That'll make them run a little bit more. This requires a whole hell of a lot more power though, so it's gonna drain pretty quickly. But during the day, this is mostly spun up. carbon skimmers up here. We've taken down this, the natural gas and the carbon skimmer. Moved it up here. But yeah, we're prioritizing natural gas for the main base here, because without it we die. So cleaning up oxygen, getting rid of derms. Carbon is filling up here, which is nice for this one, because that will feed the plants. And this will be running on and off, depending on this. And whether or not somebody uses this. What kind of priority? That's a 7 priority. So it's going to be a slow process for now. But, well, we got time. Irrigation, yeah, that's from the carbon skimmer. When that is running, we'll feed these, and slowly but surely. Because this is drawing 90 grams per second, but we've set it to feed it 20 grams per second, so. Hopefully, the natural gas will start to build up again in here to proper amounts. See, now somebody is cycling. Yeah. So as long as they keep doing that, we got a chance for gas. Yes, this is filling up, so that's going to build up a lot of pressure, and then at some point we're going to fire it up again. Yeah, when the natural gas kicks in, that's going to start pumping out. That's going to cause the water levels to rise. And this is constantly pushing in polluted water. If it's not pushing in polluted water, what happens to the water then? Only other place it has to go is into these. And this. It can't run into this though, because that is only one way. But these are growing steadily. Every time somebody uses a shower, that'll trickle into here somewhat. Every other should go in there, right? I could probably cut this off here. Just use everything for this. I could probably do that. You want to do that? Let's do that. Deconstruct this one and these ones. So the shower's gonna feed this one. The shower and the toilet. That's probably gonna clog this up a little bit eventually, but that's fine. We got showers and toilets down here. Yeah. Sweet. Although if the pressure dumps, if the pressure builds up here, that's gonna clog this pipe, which means we can't use these anymore. We might have to create a relief for that. What is this doing? This is hooked up to this thing. Is that the only thing it's hooked up to? Okay. Well, we could just backtrack. This is feeding into this and that's feeding up there. That is basically just to cleanse the water. We could turn this off. And then pour the showers in there. We will get all the germs in here, but now if I hook something up to there, is it gonna flow both ways or none at all? We'll see about the water levels and the gas and all that. Let's see, you started pumping. 340 grams a second at 150 degrees. 270 every 4, so that's half the time. That's 150. Active period 60 cycles every 90 cycles. So that's 175. Yeah. It's not enough to run both the generators, but now it's active, so it should be enough for now. So as soon as somebody hits that bike, we should get a little bit of extra power for this. Now for this, yes, for the filters and for this pump. Let's see here, it's not backtracked or clogged or anything. Right, he's cycling. How are you gassing it up? You're getting some. So that's going to go all the way. This is hydrogen. Yes. Here comes the natural gas. That's going to go in the lower one there. All the way over here to Chinatown. Why Chinatown? I don't know, I just felt like saying it. Goody, goody, goody. So that's going to get our air flowing again, which we need. Here comes Speed Racer. Right. So that's gonna go. That's gonna give us power on this one. That power powers the filters and the pump. That in turn is gonna give us air and hydrogen. That is going to go into the pump and into the freezer. And that's going to fill up oxygen here, and that's going to trickle all over the place. And whatever carbon these produce gets sent into outer space. Sweet. So, this should build up now, right? Yes, it should. Because this is producing 150, wasn't it? Natural gas, 300 grams per second. 270 every 400. So that's a third, so that's 100. One gas generator is using 90. See, we need to see, this is just gonna keep producing power even though it can't really use it. So we're gonna lose some power because these are all filling up, and then I'll start to if these are filled up, this is still gonna be running. It's not gonna shut off, right? So we could use some automation on that, but I have never worked with these, so I'm gonna leave that for this base. We can try it out. Yeah. But that is 1,000 cycles. That's what I got done with 6 duplicants. We are self-sustained. All we need to do is shut this off, and we got no problems whatsoever. So we're just drawing in 70 from that now. It's producing a little bit of power. And that power goes into this, which is running this once in a while, and this thing here, and, you know, just gonna get rid of some water. Let's see here, because this runs the filters, and this, whatever's left, goes into here, which powers this, the pumps and whatnot. Powers this, and this will draw out water coming out here, giving us iron and hydrogen, and the hydrogen is going to be spent there. It's going to give us a little bit of a boost, not much though. Yep. But it is all good. I don't need to be running this, so I could shut off the hydrogen. What is this switch for? This switch is for the power to the gas. Okay. What I should do here is put a valve. No, that's liquid. Ventilation valve. Gas valve. I should put that on the hydrogen. I can place that right about here. There you go. Right there. And deconstruct that. We're gonna niner that. Get her done. through there. Somebody come and do it. Oh, yeah. So we can build that. Okay, you did it through there. That's fine. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go there. Oh yeah, you can still walk through here because I haven't locked it. So we're gonna reduce that to 0. Yeah. Because we need all the hydrogen for the power for this one. And this thing powers this circuit, which runs this and that. I need to niner this though so it gets done. Ventilation overlay. That seems to be shut off. So that's going to build up and backtrack all the way down there until all the gas goes in here. Yeah. This is cool. It's not going to heat up much anyway. That should give us some power relief. These are all full. They will remain full. You're just going to keep running that to do this. Kind of want to take one out of the equation. Because I don't need that many people running around here. Because it's using a lot of power. It's 120 per. So, Admo suit, dock. Yep, 120 watts. So, deconstruct that. Temperature. Well, these are doing fine. You're really hot, though. That'll be because the pipes. It's really annoying having to wait for this every time. Yeah, there goes the water. It goes down there, but it's hot up here. This is still 70. Comes out as 50. Goes in as 55. Leaves as 53. It's not really working. Sedimentary rock. So that is thermally reactive. That is the right one. Should build radiant pipes though. That would be better. That's going to heat up the templates, temp shift plate, and these are going to cool it off. There's only 3 of them though. I got 5 in here. And this works, but this is a cold area. Yes, 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 yes. All kinds of troubles. But, thank you for watching. If you watched the whole thing, please leave a like. Because I worked really hard on it. So, yep. Bye-bye. It's gonna, yeah. 1082 cycles. So hopefully, since we got the relief there, this will fill up when it's active. 22 cycles, and that'll keep this pumping. When it's inactive though, I'm gonna have to draw from this, so hopefully that flows. It's not really flowing here now, is it? Maybe we'll need to dig down. We'll take that when we get to it. But yeah. Sweet. Now, if you want to see the painstaking process of making that whole thing, I got that on cameras. Diver stitch videos. There should be 7 of them. They're all 2 to 4 hours long or so, so that's about... You got a full day of binge watching on that if you want to do that. So, yeah. Hope you can enjoy the... Maybe you learned something from this, maybe you haven't. If you want to get into the game, you can watch those videos. I do the math and I pretty much show everything.